This one's a bit of a counterproductive one with Real Audio, because usually when we have people on this segment of the show, they say some horrible stuff, but in this case, we actually have something turn out to be somewhat of a positive. Sam Rohrer, I have no idea who he really is, what he does, but he's speaking like in a role full, like as a voice of reason for pastors out there in the world. And you'll hear it real quick right here. The guy's going to ask him a question about the Johnson Amendment, and he's going to surprise you. So hang on.
The original Johnson Amendment prohibited a pastor from endorsing or telling people how to vote for a candidate. That was stretched out to a whole new level of the fear of separation of church and state, what put a political sting over the entire church world, and they didn't do anything political.
That's not Sam Rohrer talking. That's somebody asking him a question. So just wait. Hang on.
And now we realize that, hey, we can do petition drives in our church. We can talk about issues. We can talk about anything that's political. We just cannot endorse or suggest recommending a vote for a candidate. So if the Johnson Amendment is repealed, that could give pastors that option. Do you think they'll take advantage of it?
Sadly to say, no. I don't think so, Perry, because at the end of the day, I do not believe that was the real reason, or has been the reason, for silent pulpits in America.
Okay, so Sam Rohrer is the American Pastors Network president. And he's actually making sense. This is like the first positive Real Audio we've ever had.
No,
let's let him hear. Let's let him speak some more.
It is not the real reason, because in reality, any pastor who knew what the provisions were knew that they, as a pastor, never lost their First Amendment right. Any pastor always, even according to the Johnson Amendment, can stand up and say, I am personally supporting candidate X. What the only provision was that the organization, as a church, could not say, we as a church endorse such and such a candidate, or use the church facilities or the church copiers or the church meetings room for a particular candidate. That's all it was. So in reality,
that's amazing that he just completely just decimated the rights, the religious rights way of thinking that Johnson Amendment's keeping people from actually saying what they want to say. He's like, no, you could say whatever the fuck you want to say as long as you're saying it as an individual, not a member of not a leader of a church. We're not saying the church says you must vote for this person.
Right. The problem being is a lot of these people don't know how to separate the person from the position.
Yeah.
And that's not just the people reading or hearing the message, but the people delivering the message too.
Yeah.
The pastor himself was never muzzled on his ability to say what he wanted to say. So I don't think it actually will. I think there's more deeper reason for a silent pulpit, Perry.
So there you have it. You have a religious right person saying, we've always had the ability to say who we wanted to vote for. We just said that you guys can't use the rooms to help campaign. You can't use the church to be a money gathering method for those candidates. You can't use a non-profit organization to endorse a political person.
Right.
That's not fucking hard to figure out. But apparently these people need to be reminded of this quite often. But I'm glad that somebody on their side actually understands the rules and stuff. I can just only imagine the amount of shit that he probably caught for saying this after they went off the air. Don't tell everybody that. We're not supposed to say that.
Don't say that. Not the truth.
Nobody wants to hear the truth.
He made sense. God damn it.
It's refreshing, everyone.
Give him one. He gets a free hit.
Every once in a while, it's nice and refreshing that we have somebody that's not a complete bigot.
Let him take the bait, guys. But no, they're gonna eat their own.
Galaxy.